there, it's Carol with Carol B Crafts. Today we'll be making card number 4 in my Rooted in Nature Class B online class kit. The Rooted in Nature online class kits A and B will be available through August 31st, 2018, and you can get the details at my website www.carolbcrafts.com. There are 4 cards in the card kit, and you'll get the materials to make all 4 cards, 4 different designs, and you can get your card kit absolutely free as my gift to you with the $35 minimum $35 retail purchase using the host code on that website at stampinup.com. Today we'll be making this beautiful little card of encouragement. Be strong, be happy, be you. You are wonderful. And it's not a difficult card, so hopefully this will go relatively quickly for us. We do have some stamping and die cutting to do, but hopefully this will be an enjoyable card for you to make. So let's look at the kit. With my online classes, everything comes pre-cut and pre-scored for you except for the things that you cut with your bundle. And the bundle that we'll be using for this card is the Rooted in Nature bundle. It includes 2 packs of stamps and the generous portion of dies. And if you buy the bundle, because you can buy these separately, but if you buy the bundle you can save 10%. Okay, so let's look at what's in our kit. So first off, we have a piece of vellum that is cut. Let me see if this is the die that I used to cut it with. It's handy right here. Yes, let me see which one that's from our Layering Circles framelits. And this is scalloped, so it looks like it is the second largest scallop die in the Layering Circles framelits. So that's our vellum, and that's going to go behind this doily. Now I don't know the name of these pack of doilies right off, but I'll put it on the screen. I'm using the back. They're colored on one side and white on the other. I'm using the white, and I just took an eyeshadow applicator and sponged around the edge with Tranquil Tide. And because it was a different color than the green, I took a sponge with some mint macaron and sponged the back to kind of tone down that contrasting color so it wouldn't show from this side. So we've got that. Now to cut our images here, we have a piece of Whisper White that is 2 1/8 by 5 1/2, and I have 2 here. I don't know if I sent you 2 or not. You only need 1. For our leaves, we have a piece of mint macaron, a returning favorite, and it's also stamped with Tranquil Tide, and we'll be stamping the 3 leaves with that. So we'll set that in our stamping pile. The inside sentiment, we have a piece of Tranquil Tide 4 1/4 by 3 1/2, and it'll actually be this way, so it'll be 3 1/2 by 4 1/4. And then the Whisper White is 3 1/4 by 4, and that's going to go on the inside. So we'll be stamping on that. We'll put that in our stamping pile. We have a piece of the DSP from the Nature's Poem, and it is 2 by 5 1/8. It's going to go right there on our piece of mint macaron that is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and it has been embossed with the Garden Trellis embossing folder. I thought that would go well with the leaves, a garden trellis, and that's going to go there. That's going to go on top of a piece of Tranquil Tide that is 4 by 5 1/4, 4 by 5 1/4. So that's how that's going to go. Inside our envelope are our goodies. We have two of the trinkets, got leaf trinkets. I'll put that number on the screen too. We have two of the silver. They come in silver and bronze. And then we have a piece of the, let me get the package, Nature's Twine. It's 20 yards and it's 5 yards each roll. And this is the macaron, and it is 9 inches. And then we have our regular card base. So we'll go ahead and fold that. The valleys facing us, match up our corners, and crease our fold here. Now we don't have any ribbon going around, so we can go ahead and start building our card. Let's put this on top of our mint macaron. Both sides of this paper is so pretty, but in Class A I used the other side, so I thought I'd use, in Class B I thought I would use this side instead, because it has the mint macaron. Now this is a little bit more than 1/2 inch, just a tad more. So we're going to bring that down. That's going to go on our Tranquil Tide. And then this is going to go on our card front. This will help get this out of the way so we can do our stamping. Let's see, now we are going to go ahead and put this on with the vellum on the back, and we'll just do that. I don't remember how I did that. I think I'm just going to do that with some glue dots. But you could try using some snail. I'm going to put some glue dots in the center here. I don't want it to be flat against the paper, so that's the good thing about using the glue dots. And you want to twist, you don't want to pull. Not much of the vellum shows through on the edges. It's mostly just to give it a frosted look from behind. Okay, and then we can put this on with some glue dots in kind of in the center as well, behind that center circle. Again, you want to just twist, and it's going to go with the edge here and about 1 inch from the top. So that's 1 inch from the top of the DSP there. I'm thinking that's about 1 inch. Maybe it's 3/4, so 3/4 of 1 inch from the top of the DSP. There we go. So now we'll do some stamping. We'll need our, we're going to need our Be Strong, Be Happy, Be You. That's all one stamp, and we'll stamp it, and then we're going to cut it with our scissors. We'll also need these 3 leaves from that same pack. And then from the other pack we're going to need the little leaves, the sprig of leaves. So let's move this aside for now. Oh, we'll also need You Are Wonderful from the inside there. So I'm going to use my Stamparatus and Tranquil Tide ink. So we'll go ahead and, well, now I know what that other, you were supposed to have 2 pieces, because one is for the leaves and one is for the Be Happy, Be You, Be Strong, Be Happy, Be You. So let's do the Be Strong, Be Happy, Be You first. Now I have used a shim. In my other videos I've mentioned this, so I'll mention it again in case you hadn't watched the other videos. I've made a shim with some chipboard, some adhesive magnetic sheeting, and then the grid paper I've laminated it, to lift it up off the bottom so I don't have to push as hard to get a good image. But if you don't have that, I have found that you could also use this. It's the thin die adapter for our big shot. You can go this way or you can go that way, whichever you feel comfortable with. And the dies, the magnets, they will hold that in place really nice and snug. So that will help lift it up so you don't have to push so hard to get a good image. So we'll put this back in place and bring our paper in for our Be Strong, Be Happy, Be You. We only need to stamp one, so if we get a good image, we'll be fine. If not, we've got room to do more. And I also like to put a stamp case underneath so that I have something to help support my plastic flap. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up, and you want to ink it up really good, and that's the good thing about the Stamparatus, or if you have another stamp positioner, is you can ink it up, and if you need to, see, I don't have to apply a lot of pressure because I've used that shim, and I like that, but I'm going to go ahead and ink it up some more. Because I want it to be a nice dark solid image. And I think I might even go for one more, and I'm not pushing down very strongly because I don't want to smash the stamp and deform the letters. Okay, so I have that, and now I'm going to do the leaves, but let me clean off my stamp. Okay, the 3 leaves are going to go on the mint macaron, and we need to cut 2 of these, or stamp 2, cut 2. So I'll pick that up, a little bit of ink there. Now I'm going to go ahead and ink this up, and I know from experience I'll have to do this twice. The colored cardstock acts like a sponge and soaks up the ink, so sometimes I have to do this 3 times just to get that nice dark image. Okay, now I'm going to move my paper up. Be sure to keep those magnets away from each other because they like each other for sure. Make sure that I have plenty of room. There we go. And next we're going to do the little leaves with our piece of the other piece of the Whisper White, the little leaf sprig. And we need 2, so we're going to slide this down. Okay, we're going to do the inside sentiment now. And we will, for that I want to use a piece of 4x6 plastic. It's the clear plastic, the window sheeting that we sell. And we're going to use that kind of like we do the Stamp-A-Majig to stamp our image and then put our paper underneath. So you are wonderful. We'll put it about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom of the plastic, the window sheet. We'll make our image on the plastic so that we can position our paper underneath. You are wonderful. And it's not perfectly straight, but that's okay because we can move around our paper to where we want it. Alright, and then we'll just put that down for good measure. Definitely needs some more ink. And here in the center, I think I need a little extra oomph there in the center. There, that looks good. So we're done with our stamping now. Okay, now we're going to do our die cutting, and we're going to get this little die here for the sprigs, and we're going to get this die here for the 3 leaves, and then the Be Strong, Be Happy, Be You we are going to cut by hand. Now I have some Scotch Magic tape, but you can use washi tape, any kind of tape you want, just as long as you keep it away from the image that you want to save. Don't get the tape on the inside. And we'll go ahead and do this one too. Run these through our Big Shot. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so we have our die cuts. Now we're going to cut these, and I'm going to use some sharp scissors. I'm going to cut off the part that I don't need because I don't want to have a lot of extra to deal with. So I'm going to cut so that there's just the smallest white border around, like a 1/16 of an inch, if that, just a little bit less than that. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You can always come back in and kind of trim it if you need to. Okay, so that's my Be Strong. Trim it a little bit more. Okay, we'll bring in the rest of our things, and we're ready to put this together. We'll go ahead and put our You Are Wonderful. Put it in the right card. Okay. Alright, now we're ready to build the front. So we'll use this one as a guide. We know we're going to want a couple of our leaves, the green ones going this way, up that way, and then we're going to want some of our sprigs going behind, kind of there, and over this way. Like that. And this one's going to come down a little bit. It's kind of in between these two leaves here. And then this one is going to be kind of coming out of this one here. And these two kind of meet there like that. So let's put those on with some glue dots. I'm putting some down here at the bottom. Now I'll put some on this one. And remember to twist off. There we go. Now we're ready for, that might be a little low. Let me see if I could bring that up a little bit. I'm going to twist it up just a little bit so that more of this is showing, because you do want to see some of this. So let's see. Get another glue dot. Yeah, I didn't have enough of this showing down here. I have to leave room for our bow and our metal trinkets. So this one is going to go kind of underneath this. So we'll get some glue dots on it. I'm only going to put a glue dot here on the bottom because I want the top part to kind of stick up. I might have to trim some of this off. I think I did. I'm going to trim that off just to get it to go underneath that leaf there. There we go. And then this one, I think I might have trimmed it too. Trim off that stem. Put a glue dot on that bottom leaf cluster, and it's going to go right over here, like, kind of like, well, like that. Okay, and then our metal leaves are going to go here, like that. Be sure to look for the rounded edge at the top. The back is flat and the top is rounded. We're going to put that on with a couple of glue dots down here by these leaves, and those glue dots will hold it, so no worries there. And then I'll put another couple on this one. And be sure to leave room for that bow. Okay, now speaking of bow, we're going to take it and make a loop here on this one side. Bring this around and behind and through the loop that we just made, and pull it tight. Till it is about where we want it. This is a little bit bigger than the ones we've been making. You can see right there, that looks good. Maybe a little bit smaller. And when you get it where you want it, pull it really tight on the bow to tighten it so it doesn't come loose. Okay, that is about ready to go there, but before we put our bow on, let's put our Be Strong, Be Happy, Be You, and it's staggered. So, and I think I put that on with glue, to be honest, because I wanted to have a little bit of time to, you know, make adjustments. So Be Strong is kind of over the edge there. Be Happy is further over, but not to the edge of the macaron. And the Be You is right here. But you can put it however you want it. I think this distance here is not as wide, so that's why it's not working out quite the same. Alright, so that's where I want it. So now I'm going to put the glue on. And I'm just going to use little dots of glue. Whoops, that's a big dot. I'll just wipe that off. And little dots like that, not big dots. So Be Strong right there. I'm gonna hold it down till it is dry. Okay, now do the Be Happy. And then Be You. Okay, we have our card. We just need to put this with a couple of glue dots on the back. Have that big knot there. Pinch it off, and then kind of, you know, make it so that most of the glue dot is behind the knot, and then put the knot right there between those two leaves. And then all we need to do now is to trim the edges. Let me get my trimmer scissors here. There's one, and there's two. Okay, we have our fourth card in our Rooted in Nature Class B card class. I hope you've enjoyed this class, and I hope you'll join me for my next class. Check out my website, www.carolbcrafts.com, to see how you can get your class kit to do the Rooted in Nature and see what other class kits I offer. Thanks for watching. Bye now.